Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast. Sorry we're late. It's literally just crossed over from watching the main event this evening over in the other side of North London, that lot. Doing us a favour for once. And beating Man City for us. After the men cocked up last night, yesterday afternoon, against Everton. It was all Man City to do. All Man City to do today was win the men's team to go 2 points behind us. They didn't, thankfully, but then at the same time, them lot won. But we've still got a 5-point gap with a game in hand over them. But we'll talk about that as this stream goes on. Basically, if there's any lull moments as a team comes out on my screen, this is the team. Basically, we are here for the women's WSL match day. What match day it is now? We are playing away to West Ham. I've got friends of a friend of the family, basically. He's at the game itself in one of the boxes. He's as a gooner, got his kids and all that. So I'll try and keep an eye out for them. Try and be an operative word. But we are here, and I'm excited. I'm actually looking forward to this. Obviously, Man United, the women's team played against Everton and drew 0-0 today, so they've dropped points. Chelsea almost dropped points today against Tottenham side, but their experience, I would say, shone through, and they won 3-2. But we have as it stands, they're going to kick off 2 games in hand over them. If we win today and then win our game in hand, which I believe is next weekend against City, away to City, then we go top, I believe, on goal difference as it stands. Right. Now I got that out of the way. This is the team. I'm actually liking the team. We've got Zinsberger, Moritz, Ruben Moy, Raphael, and Kate is our back 4. Leah Williamson is playing in midfield alongside Kim Little and Malum. And then we've got the front three of Hurling, Caitlin Ford, and Blackstone is up top. With a bench of our second and third choice goalkeepers, Makazi and D'Angelo. I'll probably butcher both names there. Got Beatty on the bench, Right Val. I'm surprised Right Val is on the bench actually, so a first choice right back there. But it is what it is. Katie McCabe on the bench. Gio, our young startlet from Barcelona. We bought from Barcelona in the summer, so he's on the bench. One of our new signings, Pavlova, and Cole are on the bench as well. And our academy product, one of our own, Azimans, is on the bench as well after scoring on a competitive debut last week in the FA Cup against Leeds. And as you can tell, they also are wearing the girls are wearing the pink away third choice kit basically tonight, so it doesn't clash with the West Ham home kit. As a teams are still getting ready to kick off, I'm going to go for, in terms of get your score predictions in as well, guys. I'm going to go for at the very minimum a 4-0 win tonight for the girls. Anything less than that, I'll be disappointed. Going back, but I'm sort of basing it on previous matches we played against West Ham in the last couple of years as well. So just pop into the chat quickly. We've got Kim is in the chat. Big win for Rangers yesterday, so big up to Rangers as well on that side of things. Keeping well. We've got Ange in the chat. How you doing, Ange? Hope you're keeping well. Evening moderating, but let's hope for a good win. As one of the cats come over and pester me as we go live, as always. Oh, come on, it looks dodgy otherwise. Also, Ange, you get your score predictions. If you're around, Dan, do you want to pop on at any point? Let me know, and I'll send you a link as well. Clause, thank you. And we are kicking off as well. Just taking a knee over at Dagenham over in Dagenham as well. Going and playing at Dagenham and Medwood's home stadium. We've got Stefan in the chat. Will Spuds helped out the good. Who would have thought? That would have happened. I didn't. I actually thought they'd still balls it up tonight. Stefan's going for a 3-1 Arsenal win. Okay, fair enough. And we've got I guess I was going for a draw, but feels weird. But what was it? There's a documentary thing that the BBC did back in the 2015 for the 2015 FA Cup final, where you got like Arsenal fans Arsenal fans, Villa fans, and all that, like their perspective of the day itself and all that. And there's a group of gooners that got together, went around, and one of them was hosting a FA Cup final barbecue / party thing for the day. But they've all gone over and all that, and it was when Giroud scored, basically the fourth goal, because a couple of them had bets on for 3-0 and things like that. And the Arsenal score is like, I love it, but I hate it. And it's if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. It's called, the documentary is called Truly Madly Wembley. Something like that. I'll double check it in a sec. I'll let you guys just put a link in the chat for you in a sec if you haven't heard of it. But Truly Madly Wembley, I believe it's called. It was on BBC 3, I think it was at the time, or something like that. But and you fast literally just quickly before you watch it. Go to where we scored the fourth. That's fourth goes in. It goes around all the reactions of all the fans that are focusing on that day. Oh, go on. Oh, lucky man, I'm almost 1-0, almost. Good start here. But he's like, I love it, but I hate it. And that's exactly how I felt today with Tottenham winning. I love it because it's helped us out, but I fucking hate it as well. What makes it worse is makes it even worse is that if we'd done what we did yesterday and screwed up and we'd won, we would currently be 8 points clear with a game in hand. But it is what it is, though. Yeah, Mancoon as well. Yeah, Stefan. This the one next to me now. The one you just saw is Mancoon. Give us space for. Don't just give up. That was stupid. Bloody hell! Asking for it. Oh, we've been playing football now. I've seen everything. Oh, Sam. Is this the Sam or is this a bot Sam? Our fake Sam, if you will. Putting a reading out the other day. Give me that. Put a reading out the other day. Give me a like to help my algorithm out. Cheers, mate. Will do. Send me a link, mate, and I will do. Put the link. Your mod anyways. I'll put the link in and we'll sort it. I'll sort that for you. Twin install. If you're new to the channel, by the way, do subscribe. Do smash that like button. There's been a few fake sounds back in the day. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm double checking during the day of Brownie Booth. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it was a point actually. It did arrive around that time, didn't it? They even popped over here for some reason. Even when Sam was on the actual stream here, but it was for example, if he was popping in and out himself, the fake one would turn up and try to cause anarchy. And like, you do know he's a mod on his channel, and this account isn't, and you're saying you are him. 16 years trying to show me, bloody hell. Anyway, Chris, how are you feeling? Anyway, because it was a bit of a weird one for you yesterday. Because obviously, as you said in the start of yesterday's stream, you don't want Arsenal to win the league, but at the same time, you'd love it even more if Everton got relegated. But Everton go and win, so you sort of got a bit of satisfaction on one side, and then straight away, half hour later, your lot come out and go, "Oh my beer!" Better just went, "Right, Wolves, 1, 2, 3." Oh dear. Then just literally go over to your. If you're on your phone, depending on what phone you've got, just go over to your channel. Go over to your channel. When it has like a share option, press that. It says like copy link or all those socials and all that. Press copy link. That'll then save it to your device. Come back over here, and in the actual comments, way better time. Obviously, make sure it's active. Hold it. When it comes up, paste, and then send. Oh dear. It's karma. Why was it karma? Because you didn't. To be fair to you, even though you have your thoughts about not wanting Arsenal to win the league, you'd rather. I don't get though. You've got two options of two teams to win the league. Arsenal, who haven't won it in 19 years or whatever, will be 19 years this May. We don't. So it's 18 so far. 18 years we haven't won the league so far. It'll be 19 come May. And you got Man City that have just done what they've done basically to get to this point. Like a season pros, and they've denied you genuine titles when you've got 90 odd points and you've still not won the title because theirs has been that bit better. Go on. Oh, fucking Steno. No, it's your birthday. I'm not going to let up on you tonight, Steno, by the way. No way on God's green earth. You screw up, I'm coming for you. Craig saying big up Ryan to losing to Everton hurts even more. Yeah, that's the main thing. Even I was saying before you came in, referring to a little clip that from a documentary that was filmed a few years back now. You can see it on Trinidad Wembley when Giroud scores. It's like because people had bets on. There's a couple of fans had £3 bets on Arsenal to win 3-0, and Giroud obviously scored, and then it cuts to them and like, I love it because we scored. It could have owned it home a bit more. But I hate it because it's done me out for a few quid. And I say, even though it's Tottenham, I love it. But because we didn't do our job yesterday and put ourselves 8 points clear, I fucking hate it even more. At the same time, it's so conflicting how to feel. But in one sense, the main thing I felt at full time tonight was relief because, in the sense that we hadn't been punished fully by City tonight. And then you got Jamie Carragher going, Gary, you got to fucking rein it in now and realise that actually Man City might not go on a 14-game money. Even though all the media had a field day this morning, the Sky and all that. Oh, see, their weaknesses, fucking former academy player, fucking never done anything at Arsenal, but fucking was it Jay Boyford? Oh, see, showing a weakness. Everyone's going to exploit that now. No, it wasn't a weakness. We just weren't at it yesterday. Free kick to the girls. Go on, ball in. Go for jump. Someone jump for it. Fuck me. 97 points and one loss, and we Champions League winners last. And you lost 1-0. Yeah, 1-0 the final as well, didn't you? But one loss in the entire league. You still didn't win the league. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. One sec. Oi. Get your thumb back over there. Oh. Oh, aren't you? Oh. No, one sec. Good goalkeeping. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm trying to explain. Help me. How can I put it? Help me take it in and process how, as Liverpool fans, you'd rather have Man City win the league, though. After all that, that's what I'm saying. Not just last season either. The year you came second, the first time you came second to him, he was on 98 points. You guys had something like that. The season before you won it, he hadn't won the league. Then obviously you did win it. You won it at counter in a sort of normal / non-normal season-ish thing because we all know what happened there. Then they came back and won it. Was it close in the end? I can't remember that one. And one in between, the one after. But then last year was close. Leaving at one point that last game, again, it's where they're 2-0 down. You weren't doing your job. If you just scored a goal, you could have been top on the final day at some point. But no. But my point is, like, they've denied you. You look at the points you've collected under Klopp as a competitive team in the league. They've only won the title once. on a similar amount of points as, by the way, at the 3 seasons you hadn't won the title. And then it got Liverpool fans going, we'd rather have City win it than Arsenal. You know, go on. Oh, for fuck's sake. Leah Herding, you're pain in the backside. Because up to me doing better than that. Man, I'm doing all the work there for you. Arsenal Ladies Rocks. Still some nice matches today. Marseille v Nice. Milan Derby's on that, isn't it, tonight? That's kicking off around in about very soon. That's kicking off very soon. That's Milan Derby. Barca versus Sevilla. Well, with Madrid, yeah, I'll talk about the Barcelona game. They touched on that. Big opportunity to basically wrap the title, not wrap it up as in, but literally just go an extra 3 points ahead now and put themselves in double figures if they win tonight. Because basically Real Madrid lost earlier on this afternoon 1-0 against Mallorca, I believe it was Real Mallorca. So there's a chance tonight Barcelona could go, if they were to win, 12 points clear of Real Madrid. Give me strength. Days, one of them, isn't it? And the thing is, if Barcelona win the Liga, everyone's going to go, oh, they're back, look at them. Even though they've done nothing in the European competition. Doesn't it does though. It does make the Man United Barcelona playoff game for Europa very interesting. Who's going to basically just go toss it off for the respective what their respective aims are in the league. Liverpool not winning the league with 97 points is insanely unlucky. That City teams were just immense, but I'm not taking anything away from what City achieved in the seasons they won the league. In 3 out of the 4 seasons they won the league in that little battle they've had. But my gripe is that Liverpool fans, after being done over 3 out of 4 times in the last few years, are still going, we'd rather have City win the title than Arsenal, who haven't won it in going on 19 years. How bitter must you be to just go, no, we'd rather the odds-on favourites win it over them lot, the ones that haven't won it in God knows how long. Bit of a dodgy start though. Going back to this game quickly, bit of a weird one. We've got to control the game, but we're not really doing anything with it. We've had to create like 2 chances in the first 13 odd minutes. Not really testing the goalkeeper. We're testing the defence itself, but not the goalkeeper. It's a bit concerning. Arsenal, mate. Ipswich have had a good season when they get into heady heights of 50 points. What was it? They fucked up yesterday, didn't they? Ipswich against, I can't remember they're playing, but they drew 1-1 in the end. And they were apparently come on, because I both had them on a bet and all that. And that's the only team that let him down all weekend on that bet. And for the last 25 or so minutes, he's just looking at it. He's watching, like, how are they dominating doing that and not scoring? Because apparently the stats were you were absolutely just trouncing them, going in the attack and creating more. Be lucky to get 50 points, to be honest. Yeah, Real Madrid lost. Yeah, Atletico Madrid drew yesterday as well. Fucking Atletico. Who would have thought Atletico, when they won La Liga, not last season, the season before, behind the lockdown season, basically, that once fans are back in, they'd turn to shit. Literally last season, failed to defend the title, basically. Just went out of whimper and let Madrid walk away with it. Real Madrid, And then this year, they've come back even worse. They're out of Europe completely. What's that? West Ham in the attack here. Defend. Well done, Zisberger. Well done. Good goalkeeping. I forgot what I was saying now. And then, this season, they're out of Europe completely. They couldn't get full into Europa League. They fell out of Europe completely this season. And they're just getting that. They're just crap in La Liga. And it does seem like they've pretty much given Nottingham Forest half of their back line. It's insane. It's just stupid. And you got Yao Felix going, I'm not going back to Madrid unless Atletico. I basically he wanted out of Atletico because I can't stand Simeone. He then, as he's leaving, extends his contract. So, and then obviously reports coming out that Simeone is basically leaving in the summer anyway. Hence why then obviously Felix does what he does with his extending his contract before he came out on loan. But yeah, it is what it is. Gostapon says 2-1 nils today. On Premier League wise, yeah. What? Especially the Forest game. Both games could have had more goals. To be honest, the Forest did merit more of a comfortable win. To be honest, Leeds weren't. Chelsea women won 3-2. Yeah, they won 3-2 in the end. They scraped it in the end. Man United v Leeds. Will United be second place? Like I thought, Ryan. I mean, if City don't back their ideas up, as long as we continue doing what we need to do and stay top. In the meantime, if City don't back their ideas up soon, there's a possibility. There's a genuine possibility because United's home form. But I would hold off on that now. With Casemiro now suspended for the next 3 games, we saw when Man United played Arsenal a couple of weeks ago how important Casemiro is at midfield. So let's see how United cope. I mean, two of the 3 are against Leeds, so it might be fine, but you never know. United couldn't be more lucky, could they? Though, obviously he's out for 3 games. One of them's gonna be a game in hand. He's gonna miss now, so he's still gonna be there for the final. How lucky can you get in one sense? You're stupid though. You got people defending. You got people defending Casemiro. Oh, he didn't really. He had his hands around him, but he didn't really tense up or anything. I'm sorry if I forgot something. As the rules changed since the years of Savage and Vieira and all that, and Dennis Wise. I remember years ago, was it Leicester versus Chelsea? Wise and Savage getting sent off for doing it, like literally raising hands around each other's necks and all that. Savage literally got sent off against Arsenal in the 01-02 season for grabbing Vieira's neck and trying to throw him to the floor. All right. You all right?
Yeah. I've done AC Milan to beat Inter today.
Fair enough. That's kicking off soon. That's on BT. You do know that.
I know, it's in the cup.
I'm saying it's on BT. You caught it on BT Sport.
I won that bet, by the way, Tottenham one. Not the brace,
It's one. Oh, what the clean sheet one?
They've made a mistake, but I just went, fuck it, I'll put that money on the football bet.
Still, you would have thought because it was sitting at the they'll be a bit higher.
It said over 1.5 goals, which means it has to be 2 goals.
Yeah, there's only 1-0. They made a mistake, but take it.
I put all the money straight into my accumulator.
Oh god, how much did you get back then for that? It was you said it's 4-1, wasn't you?
About 45.
Oh, okay. What about the clean sheet? Did you get that as well?
Yeah, that's part of it.
Oh, is it part of it? Okay, that's about you paid.
It wasn't the Harry Kane brace one. It was part of the So, but my bet's covered by ACCA insurance. So, if one team lets me down out of all the teams I bet,
you get a free bet thing, basically.
I get a free bet up to all money that way.
That possibly explains why you got that £13.50 one yesterday. Because they Ipswich let you down, wasn't it?
Probably.
There you go.
But yeah, if this one comes in, it's literally £1 under £2,000.
Okay.
Because I put AC Milan are favourites to win.
Both Milans have been a bit dodgy this season, league-wise, but yeah, go
on. But I think AC Milan should do it. And then I've done Boca Juniors to win.
Yeah. Who are they playing? Anyone you know?
Doesn't really matter. Then went to the Portuguese league.
Go on. Who've you
And
picked
I've
from
done
Portugal?
Aurora to win.
Who are they playing?
They lost. They lost to Benfica. Lost the last couple of days 3-0. But
Right.
they're playing against a team that, in form, when they've played against them head to head, they've drawn once and won the last 6 or 7 games in a row.
So that's your risk, basically, your bet.
Yeah, very much.
Oh, okay.
And I've done Barca beat Sevilla.
Well, they've got incentive now, Barca, haven't they? Because Madrid lost earlier. 1-0. That's scared you off. Sorry about that. Sorry. Got to go, lads. No worries, Sam. See, it's chat to you soon, my friend. I'll chat to you soon offline and all that. Got Assassin Eagles. I'll be got Assassin Eagle. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Spurs helping Arsenal win the league. I wasn't expecting that. It's like, I keep saying, it's like I love it, but I sort of hate it at the same time. For so many reasons, by the way, in terms of the hate side of things. I only had my hands around his throat, but there was no intent. Exactly. This is what I was saying about when I was referring to like Savage and Wise. I literally remember it's in the same season as well, when that 01-02 season, a couple other times at the top that era as well, the early 2000s. Players, any player, but them two in particular, had a thing of reactioning as going and grabbing players around the neck and flinging them. And I remember Arsenal played Leicester early in the season, the first few games into the season, in the 01-02 season. And Savage literally got in a scrap, squared up to Vieira, grabbed him around the neck, literally, and he just started throwing him across the pitch and got sent off for that. But yet today, my point is, we fast forward to now, and everyone's like, "Oh, Casemiro's unlucky." Because if you look at it from certain angles, he's holding part of his shirt, like part of his shirt's connected and all that to one of the hands. So he wasn't really hurting him, like he wasn't clenching his fist and things like that. It's like, "Oh, you having a bubble?" Talking of bubbles, West Ham on the attack, or goal kicking again from Zinsberger. Been a bit concerning here from the girls. Keep getting caught on the counter attack, especially down the left-hand side. Sorry, their left. Complete loads of wrong for the attack and two. But thankfully, their final product is awful so far. Pardon me. Assassin Eagle trophy to Spurs helping Arsenal win the league. When you got a reaction from Stefan as well, Assassin. So there you go. It's true though, Stefan. It is true. Colonel's in the chat says Arsenal have been trying to walk it in like usually is. That's the annoying thing tonight actually so far. In terms of the girls in the attack, it is literally like watching the Arsenal men's team from the first 4 to 5 years actually of the Emirates era from like 06 onwards. Well, literally every Wenger team that era was just trying to walk it in no matter who. We'll get it in. We'll score the perfect goal by walking it in. Even if it weren't working, keep it going. And it's literally like watching. In terms of that, the attacking side tonight, it's like watching them sort of teams do that again. Oh, for God's sake! It's like they're from West Ham, but we don't count on it. No way, Spurs lazy. Yeah, it sort of counteracted, didn't it, in the end? I know you're not going to argue. I'm just making a point. It's true. Oh dear. You can't touch the other player without being involved. No, so there's touching the player, and then there's literally just going up, having a little scrap, and then literally getting both your hands around the player's throat, tensing it or not. You've got your hands around his throat. Why are people so upright about it? Why have we got idiots on TikTok going, "It's a fix, it's a scandal video, it's an absolute bog useless piece of shit." Da 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 da. He's put hands on the guy's neck. Tensing it or not. Go on. Oh, for the love of... Surprise. Steeler Black Stinius on her birthday, doing what she does always, and not taking the opportunities, taking further to get a shot on goal. In terms of actually, when I say at goal, I mean in the net. And again, just keep touching on this game again for kickoff. The pundits are like Carney and all that are saying, "Oh, of all the players that Arsenal at the moment, the one person that will be a bit hurt that obviously Arsenal were going for Russo from Man United will be still Black Singers." Well, my argument back to that would be if she was doing her job, if she was consistent and not so wasteful in the final third, we wouldn't be entertaining Russo. Full stop. So that's on her side. I'm sorry, and she's done so far. First opportunity that's fallen to tonight. 25 minutes into the game, and she skies it over out the stadium basically. Got a corner. I'll come back to your comment in a minute, Stefan. One sec. Yes, one sec. I'll come back to that. Waste.
And personally, I think AC Milan's actually the risk bet.
West Milan derby as well, but I'm saying out of the ones you picked, probably the Portuguese one is the bigger one, risk wise. I mean. Just wants attention. Right, back in a sec, guys. I just got to do something. One sec. Sorry about that. I'm back now. I'm back. I'm all good. I just had to finish off brewing this cup of tea and things like that. Oh dear. Stefan's coming in. Fuck all with it. Just imagine Ipswich have been champions more recently than Spurs, and Town have won it in '62. Oh, I'd laugh my head off if one day Ipswich got takeover, came all the way up to Premier League and won the title before Ipswich still. Oh dear. Assassin Eagle says Casemiro overreacted. That's what most losing teams try to do. But you were winning 2-0, that's the thing. Was it 2-1 at the time? It was 2-0 before the 2-1. So it's just weird. We want to get a reaction from players in positions, hope reaction from them, yeah. And Casemiro, yeah, he did give it, didn't he? He wouldn't, again, for someone with some experience, you would have thought he wouldn't do that, but it is what it is. Oh, girls, wake up for God's sake! It's been a poor start, baby. But first half hour in, and it's been a poor one. Hope they get sent off or lose their focus in the game. Oh dear. No, I get what you mean, but it's just like my point is that the sort of media loving them and say, "Oh, you, that's fuck, we got away one there. That should have been a penalty to West Ham. I don't know how that's not been given." Ipswich are still the only club to win it as in the league in their debut season. Bloody hell! Fair enough. Fair played. I didn't know that. Blimey. Feeling shitty today. Headache from hell. All right. So hopefully you look at taking your meds and like medication you need to take, whatever, and sort of knock it on the head or something. If you haven't already, I don't know. Okay. Obviously, your next dosage, if you haven't already, do get yourself something to eat as well. So hopefully you're kicking the system a bit quicker as well. Hopefully, maybe you get us in. Hope you feel a bit better and all that. ASAP. Come on, girls. Come on. We need a goal before. We need a goal before half time, just so they don't grow into confidence as this game goes on. Oh, Raphael, come on. Go on. Bursting through, go on. Oh, for the door. This cat is doing my head in. Oh, this cat is really doing my head in. Right. Days. Seriously, why am I going to be a pain in the backside? Oh, you're a pain in the backside. Ow. I've got to go in 2 minutes. Oh, okay. What you got planned for the evening then before you disappear? It's just the cats because they always come. Every time I go live, they seem to want to come to life then. It's like they run around, is that a sign? You don't know what they're up to. It aggravates because I'm live and I don't want to keep walking away from you guys. No worries, Steph. I'll see you in a second. it just seems that to have a thing up. He's live. We must be absolute pains in the arses now and come to life. And they go out of sight. You're like, what? You can hear up's no good as well. But it's like, because I want to be so. I want to do this professionally and all that, as in give you guys the best service here. And it aggravates me. I've got to come away and deal with them. Sort the camera out so I can actually sit back instead of just being on edge of the seat. I'm sorry to hear that, Chris. Sorry to hear that. Well, at least Liverpool didn't, the men's team didn't play today anyway. The women's team won actually, didn't they? Liverpool women beat the Reading women's team 2-0 in WSL earlier today. There's a positive in one sense. Can we move our backs? Oh, not that wider pass. Oh. Why are we making this hard for ourselves? No, I've got to say, big shout out though. Sorry about this. I'm referring to this game, like the attendance. Like they've got, because they're playing it at Dagenham and Redbridge Men's Stadium. For God's sake, no one's got to life. And from what I can see on the cameras, the stands are all full. That's cool. I mean, they've only come to see the Arsenal, so probably majority Arsenal fans as well, to be honest. We find out when the goal goes in eventually in this game. One sec. Let me sort of drink. Yeah, you bloody right. Oh, days. Do my head in. This is what I'm saying. It's doing my head in. I have to keep walking, getting back into the side. I have to get up all the time. It does my head in. It's only when I'm bloody live down here. Seriously, it's settled all day. What time of day? You be settled? Come to life now. Like, oh, leave me alone. Just chill. I'll be honest, I'm an Arsenal fan, even I'm saying that's a penalty. I think what goes against the West, because they keep looking at this, Benny came back 2 minutes ago, so it was. What goes against the players, that's obviously he's facing away from gosh, he's walking away from the penalty box, going to come out of it. If he's facing the other way, he might have been given more chance of it anyway. For God's sake, come on. Pass it. Oh, I'm overhitting it. This is just like, I can't explain it to the girls. So, they're panicking and they're just overplaying it constantly. And Leo not being in the defence and being in the midfield isn't working either. Pass it, Leo. Pass it. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. Get the. Oh, you bastards. Oh, sorry, we're doing better then. The cat's gone out again. Oh. Oh dear. Why do you want the cat? Oh no, well, basically the cats don't go out anyway. But well, the oldest one can't go out because she has a sensitive stomach, so they say. And if she gets that, she goes out, and people in and around us spot her and give her treats or whatever. They tend to upset her stomach for a good few days. No, I'm here. I was talking to my sister at the same time. Merlin, say, why is everyone pissing me off? Bed. Not missing on anything. One of me. Chris is asking, have you seen the tweet that predicted every Champions League winner for from 2014 yet? Including this year's winners and next year's winners, and the first winners of the new format the following year as well. And according to this list, this tweet that's predicted every winner up to this point, according to that, Napoli's going to win the Champions League basically, and Arsenal are going to win the Champions League next year.
Just going to have some toast, but more in the oven, not to put the garlic bread in.
It's
3 days past, so if we don't get used to that, it's going to go to shit anyway.
Can you just give us some joy or something just to keep them, maybe settle her down then?
This is popcorn.
It's over there somewhere. Not a lot, just something just to get them settled. That'll go, Dad. Take care of yourself as well, Kim. See you soon. I put a tin on that on my days. Oh dear. You watch the one how it happened now. If Napoli win, you know what? If Napoli win the Champions League in May, whenever it is, the final is, straight away, when the things go up, like the betting markets come up for the next season's Champions League, I will put money on Arsenal to win the Champions League just to back it up.
I'm not even paying attention. Shh.
Stina, you're touching the morning. And you're outside, by the looks of it. Of course you are. There's open for better than this from the girls tonight, but hey, nearly at half time. Nothing really to talk about. Oh dear. Because in the final third was just lacking. In the defence, was just getting exposed down the left-hand side a lot. A minute of injury time. Woohoo! Lassie. Well done. Let's go, Arsenal. Let's go. You're not doing the whole baguette, are you?
Yes.
You're not doing the whole baguette, are you?
Yeah.
Mm.
That's all I'm eating. I'm not having anything with it.
Oh, mad you are. Good. Oh, time anyway now. There we go, the half-time whistle as I'm yawning. Says it all. That's pathetic for the girls so far. In the sense of, yes, we've had the majority possession, but we ain't doing nothing with it. And we do get to the final third. As I say, we're doing nothing with it. And then if we're not attacking, we're getting caught in a counter attack. It's persistently they're targeting the left hand side. Every 2-3 times I've had opportunities, West Ham, down at left hand side. Thankfully, I haven't took them yet. But yeah, not a good first half there. Oh my days. It was that bad, really, that first half. We didn't really talk about the game itself. It was more about the men's game yesterday. Casemiro being a knobhead and grabbing someone on the throat and then saying, "What have I done? What have I done?" Oh dear. But it is what it is. Seriously. Oh, what's the point? If I sit back any further, I'm going to fall asleep. That's how bad the game's been. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. As he goes into the kitchen, as soon as he can somewhat log in. Smashing the likes, guys. Do smash the likes. Keep smashing them likes as well. If you want to become a member. 99B. Get out. In the pain in the backside for. Just chill, relax. Oh dear. You got away with yesterday, though, Fate. Well, hope. I don't want to tempt it. That's the case. I don't want to tempt it because, yeah, we have got away. I did say before you came in, Stefan, at the start of the stream. I felt like we've got away with one today. Because as you know, as you and the regulars that was in the chat yesterday, I was during that game after going 1-0 down and at full time, I lost it. In the sense of I was like, oh, fucking sods law. We're going to go in Neville's and all the fucking naysayers have been against us, saying told you so, and some idiots in the Arsenal fan, because there are always some in the Arsenal fan and any fan base, but referring to the Arsenal fans and all that, there's always idiots going, we lost a game. That's it. The title race is over. Yeah. Forgetting. Yes, City are playing Tottenham. Obviously today, but from yesterday's point of view, on Sunday. And they've got an incentive now. If they win, they go 2 points behind us, etc., etc. But it's at Tottenham where they've famously been struggling for the last few years. And you never know. And then you've got, even with all that, before that game, this game's kicked off, you've got, we're 5 points clear. We're top of the league. With a game in hand, and you're going, oh, the title race is over. City are going to walk it now. Well, fucking clearly not. And that's what I've been saying, even on the podcasts here and offline, in group chats and whatever to my mates, in terms of Man City. The main reason it aggravates me when Gary Neville goes, based it on history, the recent history of Man City going on these runs. But you've got to base it off what you're seeing here and now. And that's my point. In sort of maybe jinxed yesterday's game, because I did say, obviously, Everton and Brentford, we should win and all that. Obviously, Everton was that. But it is what it is. But my point was, even if we did mess up in a game or whatever, I can't see us going on a run of the negative results, so we say, where it allows in the same breath Man City going on a positive run of really winning every single game between now and the end of the season. It's moments when I can't see it. And today, how Man City went up against Tottenham today, proved it again to me. that yet again, it's not the same Man City that we've seen for the last 4 or 5 years, where they can put these ones together and cause absolute havoc and hell and this, that, and the other. And yes, we had a bad day yesterday at the office. There's no getting around that. We did have a bad day at the office. We nosed up big time. But the last time we did that, in terms of result-wise in the league, was against United away. And look how we reacted. So, for me, I'm not as disappointed as I was in Stadium that we lost yesterday. Putting aside the result of the Tottenham Man City game for a second, as disappointed as I am as what we did on the pitch, I want to see the reaction come next Saturday when we play Brentford. If come next Saturday we come out, we do the exact same we did yesterday, I might start thinking because the next game they'll go after it's Man City, obviously, so I'm going to be fucking shitting myself. But if the players come out on Saturday, not just get the result, but put a performance in as well, a good performance, obviously, then my nerves will be settled again. I'll be fine. I'll be like, okay, that's cool. That's what I wanted to see. But we'll see. As I say, we take that game as it comes. But City losing today has done us, as I say, done us a massive favour. And the only aggravating thing is if we'd won yesterday now, we would be 8 points clear of a game in hand. And then that is huge. If we'd won yesterday and Man City still lost today, even with 19 or 18 games now, you'd have to say it's Arsenal's to lose. At that point, it's not now at the moment because it's still 5 points. It's still catch. Obviously, 8 points still catch. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, it's not that. It isn't a lot. 8 or more points is always a lot, especially if you've got a game in hand. Even though it's Everton, the team that beat us, we'll be at home. Our home form, we haven't lost at home all season. Actually, both our defeats have come away from home. The only points dropped was at home to Newcastle. That's 0-0 draw. So yeah, we'll take it as it is. Hopefully, as you say, Stephanie, hopefully it is fate and everything starts falling into place for us over the next month and a half or so for the hectic fixtures of April and May come along. Also, I know they made this point of getting harder because they're desperate for the Champions League. It's the way they play more suited to Champions League and all that. I still don't see Man City winning the Champions League this season. Sorry, I really don't see it because Pep. Look, how many times they've been given the easy fixture over 2 legs, or even when during the pandemic, when he came back, it was that one-off game situation, playing Neon, and they lost in that one-off game because Pep overthought things. Or even when they got to the Champions League final a year later, they were heavily favoured at Aguero's last game and all that. He overthought it. He didn't play the right players in midfield, and he fucked it. Was it 2 CDMs or something like that? Fernandinho and Rodri in the midfield alongside De Bruyne. It's a bit more balance. And he completely screwed it. If Man City do the double against you lot, it brings Man United into the title race too. That's a big if though, and you've got to remember, yes, they're playing us in the 15th, but they don't play us again until the last 6 games of the season. Like literally the 6th to last game of the season. So after we basically 5 games left, basically, is what I was trying to say. So that's a pretty big gap. So it's not like winning Man United playing Leeds, obviously back to back. in the coming weeks and whatever. It's it's just not that, is it? But we'll obviously see how it goes. Stefan said it earlier, Haaland hasn't balanced the City team. They're too reliant on him. I also don't think, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I think it's a bit of that and a bit of, because the players have been so used to playing the false nine since Aguero left, and even when at Aguero's last season, they're playing with a false nine most of it. One sec. So yeah, even though they were playing for false nine most of his last season, they're so used to playing that false nine system that even that now they've got a natural nine, they're not, because they're so used to not playing without a natural nine. They haven't adapted back to how they once were. They got so used to it, it's screwing them over quite a bit. I mean, how many league defeats is it now for them in the league alone? It's what, today's defeat Brentford, Liverpool at Anfield as a 1-0 defeat. They've lost to United as well recently. That's 4. I think now that's 4 there. I can remember. There's got to be a fifth, isn't it? It's either 4. Is it? If I'm spot on, it's 4 or it's 5. One of the two. League defeats, just league defeats, and we've only had 2, and everyone's losing their minds. But dear. Man City have evolved their game too much around him. Yeah, they've got certain players that just don't know how to work with him, basically, clearly, because there's times he's making runs and they're not passing to him. And he's getting pissed off with it. Pepper's got to sort that out considering the talent he's in the squad. Yeah. Hopefully not too soon. So wait till the summer. Wait till Arsenal lift the trophy, then he can sort it out if he wants to. If he wants to. We've got Mr. Tom, who's coming in disguise under his new account. Full Nelson podcast. Go and check that out, by the way. And do go and subscribe. It says, I hate Leeds. I can't think why, Tom. I can't think why. I'll be honest, I watched that game today between you and Forest, and what I saw, Leeds didn't offer much in the attacking third. I actually think United are dark horses. I think they'll be part of the top 3. I don't think they will, or there's righty in the stands. No, yeah, I don't honestly think they'll have. I think they're full in terms of a title race. They're full just short of being able to mount a title challenge. But I think they will be part of the top 3, in my opinion, just because of their home form at the moment. Obviously, that could change. Obviously, they've got Leeds in the next couple of games back to back now, game in hand, and when they're meant to play them anyway. So that's going to be very interesting. Both the Ellen Road and the Old Trafford fixture there. These can do everything except defend and score. So basically, just have the ball. Basically, they can have the ball. They can pass it about, but they can't do fuck all with it. They can't stop it from going in their own net. Oh dear. You've got to laugh, because if you don't laugh, you cry. Oh, the girls are coming back out for the second half now. Thank God. We're making any subs, or we just keep it as it was? Can't see no subs being made by the looks of it. Gary Tapas, blimey. Jonas doesn't look too happy, but I'm sorry. He's brought it on himself. This is what happens when you let go of your best players. I.e., you loan out Iwabuchi to Tottenham. Who does that? Oh dear. You let Jordan Nobbs go to Aston Villa halfway through your season and don't replace her. Who does that? And now we're playing to the point where now we're playing Leah Williamson where Jordan will have been playing tonight. Stealing. I know it's a birthday and all that, but my days, he's doing my head. Done my head in that. When the ball fell to anyway, she had like 2 opportunities, but fucking hit them both over the bar. Whereas Russo would have got, if they fell to Russo, that would mean we'd be winning this game at least 2-0. If we'd gotten her in. Oh well, just wait till the summer. At least we're showing some intent in terms of someone like Russo, getting at least a Russo in. Tapas or something. It's West Ham get the second half underway. Let's hope we get some goals now and put the pressure back on United and Chelsea, the game in hand, over them both, respectively. Can't afford to be dropping points today. Not we've got Man City next week. It's a bit of a weird one. Our game has going to be played on a weekend, but it is what it is. No, Cody, you don't have to apologise. I was just a bit confused. Who's like, one sec, go on. It's always a fucking sod as well. Read your lines, been here long enough now. No, yeah, same Colonel. Literally, it's just I haven't spoken to Andy myself today, but he's probably like me. Like, why we've been added in this? I mentioned in this tweet, like we haven't said this. We're not involved in this conversation that Scott's having. This tweet he's put out. It just seemed like you've got the screenshot and you're doing what you're doing, and you put the tweet out, and it does as if to say we just basically we've said things that are of the same ilk of what he's put out there yesterday. And it's just a bit confusing because then you're like, block me, don't block me, I don't get it. What the we said this? First off, we're going to block it because we're not that. No one's that bloody. Pathetic, as I say, to just go, well, you don't agree with me, block. You know that, like, so if we had, no matter what our thoughts are, opinions wise, we differ sometimes. It's always respectable, but we had back and forth, on air, off air, whatever. But it's just the fact it's just that someone else has put. Was it Scott from there? They used to have his channel on. I don't know when it was meant to be coming back after New Year, but looks like it's holding out now for a bit longer. Maybe I don't know what's going on there now. But obviously, he put a tweet out yesterday slating off Jorginho and Trossard. And it's just that the wording of the tweet was just a bit. I don't know if I don't spoke to Andy, but it threw me a bit because it's like the way it's worded, like you're saying that we'd said this ourselves as well. It's just like, no. And also, why are we in this? Why are we getting involved? Well, don't drag us into this, please. The full Nelson podcast, not the full Nelson podcast off the YouTube. Oh dear. Tom within the chat, if you're still there. Chris is saying Chris is saying I can get West Ham VD's tickets May 20th, my birthday, by the way. Do you fancy coming? That's not me asking, by the way. May 20th, Arsenal playing Forest. As it stands, and as that's moved to the Sunday. Or brought forward to the 19th, one of the two. But it's away anyway, that against Arsenal against Forest. And then we play Wolves the following week. So that'll be my, hopefully, touch wood, I can get tickets for that. the Arsenal Wolves game. That'll be my birthday, related birthday celebration weekend thing I'll be doing. But I know, and I'm just saying how it was worded. That your tweet was worded, and then the fact you added me and Andrew is a bit like it's like you're trying to talk directly to us. I've unfollowed him now. I just can't be putting up with that. He's so annoying on his timeline for the last 2 months. Towards the players, signings, etc. I haven't spoken for a while actually. I did message him on New Year's, the first New Year, Happy New Year, and all that. I don't think he got back to me. He might have done. I can't remember now. But yeah, I've been trying to reach out to him before New Year and this, that, and the other. Spoke on and off, and that's what I'm saying is one of the times he did speak, it was when he's going to come back with his channel and all that. And the plan, I think his plan was after New Year to come back and give it a go again, but just give him a bit more. He was having stuff done to the house and all that, but also to sort of gave him a bit more time to figure out what he wanted to do with the channel in terms of content for you guys. But obviously he's not back yet, so I don't know if that's still in the plan in his head or not. Come on, girls. Can we just get this goal, please, so I can actually celebrate? Oh, for God's sake. I want to celebrate an Arsenal goal this weekend, if that's okay. Cross the ball in, for God's sake. Oh, or not. No, we're just going to walk it in. Of course we are. Oh, no, sorry, it gets blocked. That's it. When you're surrounded, have a shot down there, Caitlin. Go on. Oh, for God's sake. Yeah. Talking about, actually, no what? I might as well ask because I didn't get a notification, so I didn't know he was live or not. Tom, I mean, how was Tony last night? Was he his usual chirpy self, even though we lost? Oh dear. Obviously going full on. It's Arteta's an absolute fraud. We're going to get found out now. Or do you just avoid any Arsenal talk? Oh dear. Come on. Why is Kate going down the right hand side? Why is Kate on the right hand side of our attack? So you put her down on the right hand side, she's on a weaker foot. Wait, well done, Jonas, that makes sense. Not only are you playing that position anyway, because he's a centre forward naturally by trade, but you continuously play on the fucking wings, mainly on the left usually. But you've now at half time decided to switch her and Mia hurling over. And you're putting Kate Ford down the right hand side on a weak foot. Oh, for God's sake. That final pass again, girls. It's been the story of the game so far. Going from the first half into the second half is again we're having the ball, we're having the possession, but it's literally that final pass, that key moment, the killer moment that we're failing in tonight so far. I find I can get more positive conversation that Tony. Fair enough. No. Let us know how you've done that, and we'll take that on in future. there was a part of the show where Gary and Tony discussed the football, but I genuinely think it was nice for people to get their mind off that result for a bit. Yeah, that's cool. Because I know obviously your channel's more non-football based, but I thought I'd ask anyway because I know Tony must have been seething waking up that early to see that claptrap. Oh, exactly, yeah. Boy. Even on here, we'll have a laugh. No matter, we'll do our best to have a laugh on it, no matter what. Oh God, I've got to watch this back then. How on earth? How has it come out that Tony is our Lord and Saviour? Do you? Connor's asking, do you think Arsenal can get to the Europa League final this season? I mean, say that in the league to go for, isn't it? Really now, we could if we want. I think we could. Depending on the draw as well, we've got to get the luck of the draw as we've shown that Arsenal bit in the final, a bit of luck along the way. But we should, and we could. But I think depending on how this title race goes in Premier League wise, I think that it'll come to a point where Arteta feel he has to make a choice. With the side of his squad, you feel like he has to make a choice. It's the Europa League or a Premier League title. And I think he'll sway towards the Premier League title, and if push comes to shove, he'll sacrifice the Europa League. If it means he wins the Premier League. This is a risk, obviously, as anything is. That's a massive risk, but in general, to answer your question, as I say, yeah, Arsenal could and should. It's just a matter of how things fall for us in the Premier League now, in between the knockout games. Again, we don't know who we've got for the knockout round for ourselves. We've got to wait till the playoffs are played. One thing we do though is Man United and Barcelona will be out before we even have our draw. So that's one foot. That'd be 1 foot out of the way. Either way, that's gonna be an interesting game as well. Man United Barcelona now. One sec, go on, man, go on, get someone there, you bastards, shoot. Ah, yeah. Of course it was blocked. Why would it not be blocked tonight? But as I was saying, yeah, the Barcelona Man United game, the Europa playoff match. That's going to be more interesting than it would possibly than what it was initially when the draw was made. And when it was made, it was like Man United, Barcelona, both teams that for a couple of years went head toe to toe for the title, like the European title, of Champions League winners and all that for a couple of years. Barcelona back in Barca's pomp, Man United's domestic pomp. Where how they might have formed, sort of thing, and then since then they sort of both picked up their form, and it's making for a tasty game, especially with Barca could be literally 12 plus points ahead in La Liga, so they could really go gun ho in the Europa League without really and be able to afford to take the risk of dropping points in La Liga now with the cushion they have. And United have got the dilemma of we're doing well. We're doing really well, considering we're not going for a title, but we're trying to get ourselves in the top four anyway. What's the more realistic chance of getting in that top four? Especially now with Tottenham winning today as well. Oh, for God's sake, let's just pick out an Arsenal player, girls. Come on. It isn't hard. They're wearing fucking baby pink. Oh, my days. One of them days today. He's not the Messiah, just a very naughty boy. I don't want to know. I really don't. I really don't. I believe we are back for a shortest show on Wednesday night and back again on the 18th, February the 18th for Elimination Chamber. Okay, that's cool. I'll try and check it out if I'm around, if I'm awake or around when you go live or whatever I upload. I'll be sure to check it out my end anyway. Do you feel it could benefit us getting a hard team? No, of course I don't feel Arteta will want to go out first, so getting rid of the hard team first and assess it. They've got to wait for the draw itself, but I honestly don't know. Again, it all depends because obviously the draw for us has got to be made in the next couple of weeks anyway. Once obviously the playoff games have been put out of the way, but also in between all that, we've just got to see what happens in the league for us if we can maintain or better the current lead we have at the top of the league. And then by the time the actual first leg comes about, how are we actually doing in the league in terms of are we 5 points clear? Are we 8? Are we more points than that? And as I say about the Barcelona thing, if we are 8 or more points clear, we can sort of afford, depending on the situation, depending on the opponent we have. If it's one of the big juggernauts in the Europa League, one of the teams, one of the favourites, one of the co-favourites, whatever, we can afford to go strong in that and take a risk in the game in between or whatever, and then just reassess it as the tie plays out over 2 legs. And we get through that, take it round by round in terms of how our situation is in the league. But I think if it gets to a point where things are still tight in the league, he wants more he's got a choice of either Europa League glory or Premier League trophy. I believe Arteta will focus on favour and fully focus on the Premier League more than go for a European trophy this season. And the start of the season, you would have it's mad that we're having this conversation. That could start the season with like European trophy all day long because there's no way we're going to get anywhere near the league title anyway. The fact that we've entered a Premier League title race a year early is crazy. But I'm loving it, even though we did disappointing yesterday, as it was. This game's really annoying me. I'm still making the most of it week by week. We just don't take back the game by game attitude. Let's just see what happens. And with City losing today, Arteta will get the players back in tomorrow morning in training and say, "Look, yes, we lost, but we've got a way of one because then City haven't counted on us. Don't make mistakes again. We've got the rest of the week then just prepare for Saturday." But I have no doubt Arteta will be. We've seen in the documentaries how he drills these players and talks to them and has these coaching staff do individual bits with them as well. West Ham making the first sub. Ameli Fustrup is coming on for Phyllis. Still no subs from Arsenal though. We desperately need a sub, I think. We need a couple of subs in my opinion because Blacksmith has been non-existent in this game in general. We need a natural play down the right. Caitlin fall back on the left, Leah Hurling down the middle, and have someone a natural right footed player down on that right hand side. If we can do that in one sub, switch that around tactically, I think we'll be a lot better for it. We are massively struggling as it stands in this game. to break down the West Ham defence. I mean. Sport of fucking Lottie, bloody hell. God's sake, pick someone out. Preferably someone in fucking baby pink. Merlin, come on. Oh, ignore me. You alright?
Yeah.
Tom's saying I'm not convinced that Man City want to win the EPL this season. Obviously, it did this the year Liverpool did. The year Liverpool won the league a couple of years back. We was all saying it seemed they weren't really focused on the league. It's more they wanted the Champions League trophy. Obviously, it didn't happen, but maybe they think they're more suited to it this time. And they got an easy fucking draw again, I think. I think they did. I can't remember. Who did Man City? Out of interest, guys, remind me, Man City got in the Champions League knockout round. Oh, unlucky Stina. Popping in there out of nowhere and boom, forcing us to save out the West Ham goalie there at the near post. I just want to celebrate the Arsenal goal this weekend. Why is that so hard to want and have? Merlin. It feels like Man City are going for the motions. Yeah, it did. I've been saying that as well. Just no matter what Pep's mind games and all that as well, take that to the side for a second. They just seem disheartened and not really that interested in the league. It's like because they've been so used because they've been so used to winning it for the last 4 out of 5 years. That there's a sort of it's become not the norm for them, and they're just like going through the emotions of, well, we've been here before, we'll do it eventually. It'll come to us one way or the other. It normally does. And they're going up against a team that has got nothing to. No matter what anyone says at this moment in time, we've got nothing to lose. Still, I know the stats say that historically, the first team to get 50 points in the league always goes on to win the league, etc., etc. But that aside for a second, in terms of what our squad is, we ain't got the experience that they have, the know-how that they have in terms of these title races and all that. So we have nothing to lose whatsoever. I'm at 3 subs. Here we go. Kate McCabe, Vic Vire, and the Court coming on as well. Pavola. Oh, I've got the fucking name now. Yeah, actually, it's been a bit of a quiet game for her tonight, so I can understand that sub. Yeah, Pevelova's coming on. That's the one. I think it is. As I see more of them, I'll get used to these new players as well. So I won't have to. Is it that one? Pevelova, I think it is. I think it is, anyway. Number 7. Oh, number 7's going off. Steph Catley, who's just got engaged, by the way, to her partner this week. Congratulations to her. But Kate McCabe's gone in her place, so she's down in her left back position. And Manix as well. Yeah, so Kate Catley, Herning, and Manix are going on. Vitvaya, Pelova, and Kate McCabe will come on. I'll get bored within the title. The real excitement is losing 17 weeks out of 19. Bloody hell. And that, I mean, because of your Leeds fan, obviously, yeah. And how much longer do you think March has got before he can face the bullet? Because unlike Bielsa, he hasn't got that credit. Yeah, he kept you up last season by hook or by crook. he hasn't got the full credit in, the credit in the bank that Bielsa had. Sorry. Oh, for God's sake. Well, we're going into 21 minutes to go, basically. So in this game, it's still 0-0, as you see on the screen as well. Nothing's really popping out in this game so far. Hopefully, these subs will come at the right time, though. They settle in quick, and we can get the goal and get out of it with the 3 points. Go on. Oh, for God's sake. Making the wrong pass yet again. Oh, for God's sake, get the ball. Go on, Steiner, go on, Steiner, go on, Steiner, don't do that. Okay. Days. Is it? It's like fucking 3 months. Are you mad? To be fair, I didn't play for 7 weeks, did I? Oh dear. That's true. It was a World Cup involved, but still. Okay, now. As I say, again, I watched the game earlier. I didn't see anything threat-wise in the final third from me, from what I saw anyway. And yet again, Bamford starts, gets taken off. Yeah, the new guy. I didn't know it's the new guy started or not. The new striker. Give Jesse Mars a lifetime contract. He knows what he needs to do with Leeds. Oh dear. So there's one. Oh my days. Come on, because I'm going to get open. That'd be fantastic. No matter what tonight, every time we cross the ball in, be it from a set piece or open play, cannot pick a player out in pink. Constantly picking the player out in the fucking claret and blue. Well, cheese pie over over. Come on. Go on. Oh, for God's sake. This is doing my head in massively. Mr. Bungle's in the chat. Big up, Mr. Bungle. How you doing, my friend? Come on. Up the ante now. Come on. That's it. Pass it into players in trouble. Yeah, well done, FPL. They lost you high. What are you doing out there?
Cooking my garlic bread
With water.
and having some water. It didn't come with a straw, so I poured it into a glass.
I was going to say.
Chris saying he's watching the derby. How's that going, by the way, Chris? Is that still 0-0 or any good? Is the Rooster at AC? Because he always links to a move away from AC in the winter window. I don't know if he left or not. So, the corner, surely. Your gate closed.
No.
Morning.
Why are you talking back? It's not open.
I asked you if it was closed. You went, no.
I thought you said, is it open? Well, you're being pulled in all the directions, aren't you?
Amazing I can see through people. Nil into Reese nearly scored a corner. Oh, bloody hell, okay. I mean, if Arsenal could score, that'd be fantastic this weekend. Oh, for fuck's sake! It's really pissing me off now. Getting way too scrappy now, that fucking penalty box. Oh, for pick a penalty and pink out. It ain't that hard. Yeah, I saw they lost 5-2 that to South. Yeah, I saw about that. Saw about that. Oh, Levy in pink, claret and blue. I'll keep passing the play in claret and blue. Right. Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, this is really annoying me, this game. It's just got this literally, it just feels like it's going to be one of them games where literally we get nothing. Absolutely sweet FA. Oh, bring on Gio. Lisa Evans from Arsenal's coming on as well. For West Ham. Sorry, this game shouldn't be this close at this point in the game. All due respect to West Ham, it shouldn't be this close. I know we ain't got Beth, we haven't got Vivian and all that. That's Dennis has been taken off. Yeah, rightly so. Go based on performance tonight. No missing sign, no.
No.
But yeah, young player Gio's coming at the age of 19 to try and save us now. Does that mean Caitlin's up front now? Gio's more of a right winger. Okay. Nearly 1-0 into. Oh, bloody hell. Already. That's a pen. Ref. Just got shoved over. Literally, Kate Ford gets shoved in the back in the penalty box. The player literally just runs in behind her and shoves her in the back. And Webb goes, play on, everything's okay. Oh, little pretty stars. What a pretty star. Dumbass. The pundits will go, now balance things out now. That's been a penalty, let's balance things out. What's that sort of that one? Yeah. One sec. Go on, go on, go on, go on. Oh, you bastards. Go, Katie. Ah. God's sake, this ref is awful. Of course, I guarantee if I see a deflection, I'm going to lose my mind here. It's a fucking corner. How has the ref gone goal kick from that? How? The deflect. Oh my days. Oh my days. I've got to be careful of that. Not to overcommit here. Because they're counter. Well done, Raphael. Well, I'll see, get rid of it now. Go on, Via. Yep, well done. Gio to it Via. Yep, keep going. Ref out the way, that'll be fantastic. Oh, he just stands and they lose it. Ugh. I'm going to belt it anyway. It's 10 minutes to go. It's 0-0. It's 1-0 or something. It was like, hold on to, or was just literally a scrap it at 1-0. Then, yeah, boot it anyway because he's still got the lead. You're not fucking 0-0. We'll just boot it anyway. Ooh. Dumbass. Come on. Come on. Smart play there from Notty. Oh my God, what are you dummying at 0-0 for? Why are you dummying that at 0-0? Fucking hell, come on. Well done. Let's go. Go on, Caitlin, go on, Caitlin, go on, Caitlin, go on. How's she offside? Caitlin had two defenders behind her. She's offside apparently. Fucking poor officiating again. Is this a penalty? Of course it's a penalty. No intention to play the ball. She made it, I'm sorry, she made no intention for the ball. How the ref goes play on, I don't know. Train these refs better until they're to an elite level and don't make these stupid mistakes still. They don't officiate at the highest level. They can stick to fucking playing, to refereeing the fucking kiddie games on Sundays, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, ref. Just runs her into the ground. That's okay, apparently. Can someone run it down, please? No, I'm not a fan of it. Well, you guys know my thoughts on international football anyway. That's made out of Southgate, and the Roy Hodgson era and all that. Not really, it's just as I got older, I lost interest in it. When you're a kid and when you're younger and all that, you're a kid and or younger, you're more enthusiastic, seems you're more enthusiastic about it all. But race war again. Nowadays I'm just like, no, it's too much of an inconvenience. How we drawn to West Ham? No, we've just been, being honest, we've just been poor. In the final third, we do our usual thing, having the possession, this, that, and the other, and stepping our authority in that way. But our final third play has been awful, and that and the fact with all that, we still should have had a penalty. 5 minutes ago, we should have had a penalty, and where Clayton Ford gets literally shoved in the back in front of the ref to the floor. Play on, because there's no VAR or nothing in women's game. It doesn't get checked and given basically. We have made subs though. Hurling's gone off. Stina Batsinius has gone off, and a couple of others, but it's changed nothing so far. We've sort of upped the ante in the last 10 minutes or so, but then we've just again final third of that end product, and now it's something that West Ham come at us, which I'm not liking. Go on, Caitlin, come on. Oh, what are you doing that for? We're 0-0. If it's 1-0, fair enough. But we're 0-0. We need a goal, and you're trying to do fucking stupid things like that. The keeper wasn't even that far off. That wasn't that far off the line either. No, we as I say, even though we have been poor in the final third in open play, we should have had a penalty. We should have had a penalty 5 minutes ago, so this shouldn't be an issue. But but overall, we've just been poor in the final third. It's doing my head in tonight. I wasn't expecting this to be such a gruel of a match. I know it's London derby and all that. To see where West Ham are in the league and this, that, and the other, it's just like, how have we made this so difficult for ourselves? I understand we ain't got Beth. I keep saying that we ain't got Beth, we ain't got Viv for the rest of the season, but these are the teams we should be beating anyway, with or without Beth. Every cross in the final third, this is what, in terms of the final third, just to sum it up, every cross we've had in the final third going into the box, not one has hit a player in pink. It's every time hit a player in the home colours. Yeah, West Ham are. They are near the bottom. That's my point. Hence why I wasn't expecting. Because even though they're near the bottom, they're nowhere near it. They're not near it against the team. Leicester is just Leicester. Stop giving the ball away. This has literally got 0-0 written all over it. The way we've been playing. Arsenal that have played the most games. Yeah, they played the most games. Yeah. Yeah, it's 0-0. Let's go back to the goalkeeper. Yeah, okay, cool. We shouldn't be struggling. With all due respect, home or away to West Ham, we shouldn't be 0-0 in the 88th minute. Why we decided to make this hard for ourselves, I don't know. Support. Oh, he almost scored. Keeper gets the hand trick, pushes onto the post for a corner. Leah Williamson almost scored. Also, by the way, Leah playing midfield hasn't worked tonight, in my opinion. But she has a shot. As she's having the shot, she slips over. But the shot remains on target, and the keeper has to push it onto the post and out for a corner. Yeah, they did last. Well, look at last year, Birmingham City away. That defeat to Birmingham City cost us the title. We win that game, we win the title. We actually win the title instead of Chelsea in the last day. And yep, poor corner. Yeah, again, corner cross picks out a fucking defender. See how much injury time we're going to give him. Probably 2-3 minutes if we're lucky. Take the touch and go again. No! Oh my god, this is why it doesn't work tonight. So I've covered, basically as it stands, I've covered 2 Arsenal games this weekend. The men's yesterday, now this game. And I've not been able to celebrate a single Arsenal goal. How is that possible? Oh my, it's fucking jumping a minute. 5 minutes we got. 5 minutes injury time just gone up. So fucking, oh, stop giving it away. And that's what's to make it worse. The fact that Man United dropped points today, the women's team, they dropped points against Everton. We haven't capitalised. As it stands, we're not going to capitalise on it at all. Double corner, which is going to be fine for West Ham because we just hit it to the defenders, so it's easily cleared. Nearly full time, yeah. Yeah, it is nearly full time. Got, as I say, we're into the first minute of 5 of injury time, so 4 minutes to go. We ain't got the personnel in there. Yay. Oh my god. Ah! Go on. Oh, for God's sake, pick out a player in pink. It ain't that hard. There's a difference between pink and claret and blue. Have Arsenal drunk? Is there something in the drinking water at Arsenal this week that both men's and women's teams have been fucking this awful? Yes, yeah, we're 0-0. You slow down, yeah? Cool. You make it easy for them to defend against us, yeah? It's a foul, but okay. And he gets offside, of course. Yeah, wasn't the worst thing. You see, at least you're at home. You ain't freezing your knackers off. You ain't wasting your time moving from one side of London to the other. And trust me, where this is, that ain't a safe area anyway. Yeah, you just take your time, yeah? You're actually giving the player of the match to the goalkeeper of West Ham, who's made one. It's only been made to make one save in this entire match. Not sure he's made a player of the match. Sorry. Oh, why is it so hard tonight? Player pink, claret and blue, big difference.
This is why we won't win the league this season. Taking the fact of injuries out the side and the fact that we've got a manager that's just, oh, you're not injured, but I'm not going to play you. Off to Tottenham you go. 12 years of service, don't want you. Off to Villa. And I won't replace you. Fucking joke. No, exactly. Across the pond, yeah. Exactly, my friend. And it's literally, we're in the last minute now. And the ball's in the wrong half of the pitch. Of course it is. I told you, I said a few minutes ago, they had 0-0 written all over it. I can't see us. They've not wanted it tonight. You'd think was the result of Man United dropping points, we'd rub it home tonight. Oh no, don't be silly. The sooner Jonas gets booted out of it, gets given the boot in the summer, the better. Because he's taken us backwards. We've never struggled like this against teams like this. No, she didn't. She literally gave up a few yards before we went out. So let's not go there. Well, she tried her best. Pathetic. Since Jonas has come in and sort of put his stamp on things now, we are now starting to struggle against these sort of mid-table, low position teams. And there you go. And there's history as well. Unwanted history. West Ham's first ever WSL point against Arsenal. Home or away. And that sort of rams it home. That rams it home even more for me, but honest, as a manager of Arsenal, how far he's taken us backwards now. Not only is he brought in Iwabuchi, then he treats it like shit halfway through. He goes, no, I don't want it anymore. And continues to treat it like shit for a year to the point that she's now at Tottenham. Jordan Nobbs 12 years of service, just outed that. Yeah, okay, cool, whatever. Off you go. And doesn't replace either of them with similar quality of experience. He's gone and brought young and unproven into replace them both. And no, we ain't got and no, I know Gio's coming back from loan, but no, we ain't got we ain't got Beth or Vivian till the end of until next season now. In the window, what did he do? What did he actually go and do to go and get someone in? To get some bodies in, to add some goals, because that's what we're lacking. Here we are lacking goals here. Massively. Against these sort of teams in the WSL. Leeds aside, Tom, for a second here. When it comes up in the WSL, it shows how lacking we are in the final third. And what did he do in the window? He had a whole month to address what we're missing now because of injury, because of the ACL injuries they've both got. He didn't do anything. He left it till literally like 24 hours when the window closed. Let's make a bid for Elisa Russo for Man United. Like that was ever going to happen. I know she's going into the last 6 months of her contract. But you don't wait till the last days of the window to go, we'll go through her now. We'll make the bid. You're aggressive straight from the off. And just our performances aren't what they should be. And I know what we've got with the point we've gone to third on goal difference, but we've got a game in hand, which is next weekend, I believe. And that's because of 29 points. That leaves us 2 points off of Chelsea now. What was it? Did they play? I can't remember now. No, I think it's someone else got a game in. I think I have a game in hand is against Brighton. No, Brighton, sorry, it's not Man City. Even, yeah. It's all confusing this season because of what's happened to start and this, that, and the other. But it's just so frustrating. And how I know she got taken off today. And I know it's a birthday. And I don't want to go too much into her, but and I know she got taken off. But since she was introduced as a starter into this Arsenal team under Jonas, she's never been dropped as a starter. Never.
and her form hasn't suggested that she should be a starter. Yet Iwabuchi was treated like shit. And then today, against West Ham, before the game, they're saying, Steelers must be so upset that basically Arsenal were going in for that last minute, was going in for Lisa Russo. Well, she didn't fucking show it because it's the exact same, if not worse today, than what we've seen from her throughout the season. It is absolutely frustrating, pathetic, and the thing is now we're in a position because in the end we didn't. Not only did we not get Russo, we didn't get any strike on deadline day, so we're basically stuck with Steiner to the end of the season. It's because Dia heard him again. Clearly, he wants out on the wing. Counting force a striker, but puts out on the wing. And it's just, we're on the bare bones of arse. He's trying to put Leah Williamson in midfield. When I looked at the team sheet today and I saw Leah wasn't in the back four and I saw him in midfield, I thought he's trying. I know he plays there for England in midfield, but that's because you've got a manager there that knows what they're doing of. He clearly doesn't know what he's doing of, and he's put her there. It didn't work whatsoever. And I can guarantee anyone who didn't watch the game, go watch. If you want to waste your time, watch it back. Every single cross in the first or second half, open play or free kick, never once picked out a player in pink. Every time, without foul, picked out a player in their home colours, and it is absolutely pathetic. And I'm waiting for the excuses from Jonas. I really am. But he's brought it on himself. As far as I'm concerned, he brought it himself. The fact he's Iwabuchi, you can't tell me Iwabuchi would have not. If we still had her, she couldn't have come on today and made a difference today. She could have come on. Leah either come off or drop into the defence, and when the defenders come off and get a bit of respite or whatever, and she goes in that midfield and she'll give us something different and get us over that line. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me anything different. But hey, it is what it is. Not much we can really say or do about that now. It is what it is. But now we've now got two tough games now coming up. First on Wednesday, midweek against Man City in the League Cup, Continental Cup semi-final. Wednesday or Thursday, either way. I'll be here covering that. Then we play Man City again on Saturday. As I think it's this weekend, we're playing this weekend. Next weekend's fixtures coming are basically the fixtures that were meant to be played out on match day one, but because of the Queen's death, they got moved about, and now they've been played out this weekend coming. And other fixtures have been moved this here and everywhere basically to fit them in. But we've also got basically a game in hand really isn't next week. So is it Brighton or a game in hand? Brighton or Reading, one of the two. I remember a game before. It was I think it was Brighton away or home, one or two. Before the winter break. That's our game in hand. But we've now put ourselves in a position. We're dropping points tonight. We now have to beat City. Not only to put ourselves a bit of a distance between us and City, but keep it up ante-wise with Chelsea and United respectively. Oh dear, it's annoying as hell. Yeah, I know you'll have a good old rant from me, Stefan, but I'm sick of it. How can a guy inherit the squad that he had, bring in a certain player as well that you wanted, and completely destroy it in just over a year? Completely just go and make us look bang average. That the fact that we've lost Beth and the fact that we've lost Viv, and we look so bang average without him now. Where before he came along and did what he's done, if we'd lost Beth and Viv in their form that they were in, respectively, I don't think we looked this bad.
the most popular women's teams. So we could have got players, but we didn't. We got players. We just got players that, if we're being honest, are unproven in the WSL that are a big risk. They're young and hungry, yeah, but they're still a big risk. They're still in the early development of their careers. But we literally let go of Jordan Nobbs after 12 and a half years of service. We just gone off to Villa you go, and didn't replace her with someone of the same quality and ilk, experience-wise, as I went young and unproven. And then it's clear that Steen has not worked in the 12 months he's been here. It's not really working. Doesn't really fit the Arsenal system. And I know, obviously, we keep saying about the injuries to Beth and Viv, but you had a whole month to address that. And he decides at the last minute, now it's taking a bid for Vuso. Now. Not at the start of the window or throughout the window. Right at the very end. Like United at the very end of the window, going to go, yes, we're going to strengthen a rival and leave ourselves the next no time to replace her. I've got Chelsea next in the FA Cup, next round of the FA Cup as well. If we don't win any silverware this season, he's got to go. I think he's got to go anyway. Either way, for me, for him to stay on for another season and fix these issues and quick, we've got to win a domestic cup and kind of at least come second in the league, like we did last year by a point or whatever goal difference. But it's not going to happen because, yeah, that's the only way I would have to take it on the chin and wait out another season. Because, as I keep saying, he's taking us backwards and not going anywhere in a positive direction under this guy. And it's so frustrating to watch. I think what's making it worse for me is obviously the men's team yesterday, and it just does me head in. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I was going to go through the chat before I start wrapping things up because for annoying, I always have been supporting the side of Arteta, but you're as Idaville, you know what he was sacked. He's tactically inept, yeah. It's clearly. But not just tactically, either. It's just he can't manage players, clearly. Because as I say, I keep referring back to her, Iwabuchi. She was his first signing that he brought in from Villa. And she was initially a starter until she got a little niggle, came back, and then she had her international duty for her country. The second she came back from international duty a year ago for the Women's Asia Cup, it's never started since. She's been treated like absolute dog shit by Jonas, to the point where she's felt that she had to go on loan to Tottenham. And it just makes it even worse. And if you haven't seen if you haven't seen Iwabuchi's statement, the fact she felt she had to make a statement to explain why she's obviously left out on loan and possibly left for good from Arsenal now. She basically, if you read between the lines, she's throwing Jonas under the bus and saying, he doesn't want me. I don't feel wanted. I don't feel loved like a player should do. And the manager is awful, basically. Doesn't have a clue what he's doing. And yeah, as I say, him letting her go is a bit, because I say, with Iwabuchi, she could have come on tonight. I doubt it under Jonas, but she could have come on. She could have come on tonight, made a difference, and got us that goal over the line. But no, Jonas knows best. Apparently, absolute horse crap, and that's why that's the reason why we lost WSL last year, because he overdid it in the Birmingham City game and overplayed things and didn't take any risk in the Chelsea Arsenal game in the league later on in the season. Played it safe to get the 0-0 and just hoped that things would go our way coming into the season. If he wasn't so inept and the signs were sort of there, but if they come to full fruition this season, and I mean, we were 1-0 up at the Emirates the other week against Chelsea, and he tactically fucks up again. Takes too long to make subs, and we fucking throw it away. But look, it is what it is, and I mean, what doesn't help tonight is a referee that doesn't have a clue what they're doing. We should have had a penalty in the second half. For whatever reason, didn't give it, but it is what it is. But apart from that, we didn't do enough. That penalty incident, the penalty claim we should have had and all that. That aside for a second, we just didn't do enough tonight. We made it was too easy for West Ham to defend against. Look, it is what it is. Oh dear. I'm just going to take this down because it's doing my head in. But yeah. Right. I'm going to start wrapping things up now. So yeah, I need to shave and freshen up. But I will be back, guys, tomorrow for the weekly podcast. I'm going to be sort of reacting to obviously the Everton Arsenal game against Everton yesterday, and obviously touching on the saviour that is what's happened today with City losing and all that. What does that mean for us going forward? Do we think we're going to get a reaction on next Saturday with the men's team? I'm going to be busy next Saturday, aren't I? Oh God. Just realised that. Literally back-to-back streams. Oh, great. At least I'll get an half hour rest between one stream and the other, but yeah, if I'm lucky. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for the podcast around 7:30, 8 o'clock UK time with myself and a few guests. Go through everything that happened yesterday with the men's team. Look forward on to Brentford game on Saturday. And then after that, during the week for the league, we're back again for the women's game, for the women's Continental League Cup semi-final against Man City for a chance for getting to a final and possibly more likely playing Chelsea. You never know. Maybe there's a miracle West Ham may win. You never know. But we've got a chance to get to the final ourselves. So we'll see. We'll be here for that. See if we can get a better performance than we did tonight and get some goals. Hopefully, touch wood. I doubt it under Jonas, but you never know. Aside from that, and then we'll be back on the weekend, and I believe both games playing on Saturday. So literally, it's going to be like back-to-back streams there. On that side of things, and you've got match of the day. We'll be back as well. I didn't do it yesterday because I was just weren't in a mood after, even though certain other results happened. I was just weren't in the mood to relive the fucking 10-15 minutes of watching Arsenal lose against Everton again and seeing the media go, oh look. So yeah, the match of the day stuff will be back next week as well, next Saturday, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, apart from that, I hope you guys have enjoyed yourself, even though I've lost my mind and we didn't get any goals tonight. I apologise, even though it's not my fault. I obviously wouldn't expect us to draw 0-0, but especially against the West Ham side. But it is what it is. But thankfully, you guys are really regulars and a few new faces as well popped in. Kept the chat going, kept the chat flowing as well. Not talking about obviously what's happened today with Tottenham v City, what it means for Arsenal, and just in general having a bit of a laugh along the way. So yeah, aside from that, thanks again. If you haven't already, do smash that like button, and if you haven't already, do subscribe. It is free. If you want to become a member, you can do so by literally going over to the membership link and you've got the choice of either the 99p level or the £2.99 level, there will be always the same prices no matter what. I keep saying it. I do mean I will get around to doing it in terms of sorting out and having some emojis for you guys sorted for you guys to use to interact in the chat as well. It's customized for members only for the channel. But yeah, all the gump will be there as you go through it all. And yeah, and if you haven't, and if you ever enjoyed this and you like some of the content we do share the channel around as well and help the channel grow even faster, quicker than ever before, and grow the community that we're building. Until then, guys, as always, up the Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners.